Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about chemical exfoliation. What? You never talk about chemical exfoliation, Kelly? I know, and it's for good reason. I just don't do it that often. As you know, I have very sensitive skin, and I really prescribe to the low and slow method when it comes to chemical exfoliation. Low percentages and at a slow rate. Just being super duper kind and gentle to my skin. Better safe than sorry. That is just what works for me and my individual skin. And I know a lot of you guys out there are similar. You like the low and slow method. You have super sensitive skin, or you don't want to use too much exfoliation. You want to keep that barrier strong. This video is for you because today we are talking all about chemical exfoliation products that have low percentages, that have super gentle formulations, but still deliver results. Low and slow does not mean no benefits. These are definitely effective products. Now, for those power kings and queens out there, you love your high percentage chemical exfoliation. You know, you're probably not going to find those perfect products in this video, but just know that some of these more gentle products can definitely be supportive players in your exfoliation routine. And as always, all of these products do not contain fragrances or essential oils. I have just one product out of them all that has a tiny bit of alcohol in it, but other than that, they are all alcohol free as well. So if you're so ready to find out all my favorite gentle chemical exfoliation products, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. One really easy, like foolproof way to get some chemical exfoliation into your routine is through your cleanser. This is from Wishtrend, their Acid Duo 2% Mild Gel Cleanser. So this uses 1% of LHA. Now you want to think about LHA just like a BHA product, or even this is actually quite similar to salicylic acid. Definitely a really effective BHA product. So this is like a salicylic acid cousin. This is oil soluble, so it dives in deeper into your skin and exfoliates inside of your pore lining. This is super key if you have blackheads, clogged pores, acne, because this can lift up the dead skin cells that get stuck inside of your pore, causing that clog. So super important to know, but it's a lot more gentle than your traditional salicylic acid or other BHAs. So that's what you really need to know about this one. Super, super gentle. This also uses 1% of PHA, and you probably know what I'm about to say. It's like a cousin to AHA, meaning that it stays a little bit closer to the top surface of your skin and exfoliates up there. So it can really help with dry and flaky skin. It can help with a little bit of texture. It can help with whiteheads. It can really help with some unevenness in your complexion too. It's a really nice brightening type of exfoliant. So we've got both at play here in this cleanser. So this is a gel type of textured cleanser. It lathers nicely onto the skin, but it doesn't foam up. This is a low pH cleanser. It comes in right at 5.5. So it still respects your acid mantle and your moisture barrier while still cleaning your skin really effectively. And you know what? This cleanser just works. You know, I mean, I don't rely on cleansers for my full-on exfoliation or for full-on benefits, but when you just need a little bit, you know, this is something you can add into your cleansing routine 2-3 times a week just to get that little extra exfoliation. This is really helpful, especially if you get a lot of clogged pores, a lot of bumps on your skin. This can definitely help decrease that. You know, I think this is really effective for clogged pores, for bumpy textures. I think it's really good if you like blackheads and pimples. This is really good for that. Even though it has the PHA, which has the ability to brighten up the skin, I don't really see that too much from this cleanser. So I'm really going to recommend it more for people who need that inside of the pore exfoliation. I think that this is great to add into your routine a couple times a week. Next up, let's talk about some exfoliating toners. The first one is from Klairs. It's their daily skin softening water, and I have to put it out there. This is the most gentle product in this video, and in fact I almost didn't include it, but I think that this is a really nice option, and much like the name suggests, I really do think this could be used daily. Now the exfoliation that they're using here is a little bit different, and I think that's what makes this product so gentle, because they're using sugarcane extract. what? It's actually really similar to glycolic acid, which is an AHA. Remember, AHAs exfoliate on top of the skin, lifting up dead skin cells, really good for whiteheads, really good to help brighten up the skin. So this has similar benefits to that. Now, in my research for sugarcane as an exfoliant, I did find that it is a lot more effective when it's formulated with citrus, with like fruit extracts or fruit waters. And interestingly enough, we do have that in this toner as well. They're using apple water as well as citric acid. Is sugarcane extract and citrus extracts and waters as proven as your AHAs and BHAs? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's exactly why I said I was hesitant about should I put this in the video or not, but I really did want to put it in as a really gentle daily option. You know, this is not going to be your main exfoliating product, but you can use this like a cleansing toner, especially if you're really oily. This is something that actually helps cut through excessive oil on the skin without stripping the skin, because this is actually quite a like little hydrating type of cleansing water. A good amount of this toner, I think it's like 45% of this toner is made up of cucumber water, so it does have a refreshing and hydrating feel on the skin. But with just that little bit of exfoliation from the sugarcane extract, it helps to cut down on things like texture. It does bring a slight brightness to the skin, but generally speaking, it's a nice on top of the skin cleansing toner. This is something you can use daily with just a cotton pad swiped all over your face. You could even, if you're not a fan of using cleanser in the morning, which I personally am not, this is a nice toner to swipe over your face right after you wake up, because it does cut through the excessive sebum, it does cut through the dirt, and it does provide that little bit of exfoliation without stripping your skin of moisture. Next up is a longtime favorite of mine. It's from Benton, their Aloe BHA Skin Toner. This uses 0.5% of salicylic acid, which is a BHA. So remember, it can get inside of your pore and exfoliate inside of there. Now, you may think that 0.5% of salicylic acid is pretty low, but actually salicylic acid, when formulated between 0.5% all the way up to 2%, it's a really super effective range. So even though it is on the lower end of things, it's still going to be effective. What I really love about this formulation is there's so many great soothing and hydrating ingredients in here, like of course the aloe. This also has some snail in it, one of my favorites. This has beta-glucan, polyglutamic acid, and a little bit of sodium hyaluronate. And you can really feel that hydration in this texture. It really is a toner. It's not just like a chemical exfoliation liquid. This is something that is going to bring some plumpness to the skin, some hydration. Now, this is a toner that has a little bit of body to it, but it's very runny, very watery with just a touch of slip. It's almost like you can feel the snail in this one, but it's still very, very light on the skin. It has really good absorption and it has really good hydration as well. But honestly, the reason why I rave about this is because this works so good. As I mentioned, this is a long-time favorite. I am very prone to clogged pores on my skin, and this used to be a huge issue for me a few years ago before I really figured out you know, how to really balance out my skin. I was suffering with so much dehydration and so much clogged pores, like just littered all over my cheeks. It was awful. This works so well, but so gently. You know, it brings some of that hydration in the skin, and oftentimes clogged pores are really a symptom of dehydrated skin, right? So this is kind of 2 for 1. This is giving you some of that salicylic acid that's going to help get rid of the existing clogged pores and help prevent new ones from popping up, but it's also going to help treat more of the cause. For a lot of us with our clogged pores, a lot of the cause is our dehydration. And this brings a lot of great hydration into the skin in a gentle, low and slow kind of format. I absolutely love this. You could easily use this daily if you wanted to or a couple of times a week, but this is definitely super effective. This is the one I'm really going to recommend mostly for clogged pores, right? Definitely clogged pores and acne and pimples. This is going to be a really good one for you. Another exfoliating toner is from Wishtrend. Wishtrend. It's the Mandelic Acid 5% Skin Prep Water. Now those super duper like vintage fans will know I made like a video a year, maybe even 2 years ago now, where I said that this product did not agree with my face skin, and that is so 100% still true. Something that I just know about my skin is that it doesn't really respond well to AHAs. My face skin tends to get pretty irritated from AHA, even from lowest percentages all the way up to highest percent. It just doesn't work. It's just something that I know, and so it's actually something that I usually avoid. So unfortunately, this did not work for my face, but that doesn't mean that this is a bad product. That's an individual, like, weird skin thing that I personally have. I still really like this product. It's still very effective. I've seen this work and I like the formulation. So this is still something that I want to talk about in this video as a good AHA type of toner. We talked about BHA with Benton. I think it's good to have the other exfoliation sister, if you will, in a toner format. So this uses mandelic acid. It's an AHA. So this is something that is going to exfoliate on top of the skin, clearing away the flaky dead skin cells. It's really good if you have like hyperpigmentation, dark marks, or an uneven skin tone, because it really helps to even out the complexion. It's also an ingredient that really is good if you have like anti-aging concerns, because it can really resurface the top layer of your skin, really revealing brighter, more youthful looking skin. Mandelic acid is actually a lot more gentle than another AHA, glycolic acid. It has a bigger molecule, so it doesn't penetrate as deeply into the skin, making this a really good choice for those of us with sensitive skin. My own skin preferences aside, I do really respect the formulation of this product. It's very minimal. It's getting it done with less, with no frills, and just what it needs. I think this is also formulated really nicely with some good skin soothing and hydrating ingredients like beta-glucan, panthenol. This also includes H. cordata extract and centella. The texture, it's very, very watery. It's very, very light, easily absorbed into the skin. There's like an average amount of hydration to this. This is something that will layer up with your other hydrating products really nicely without building up heavy on the skin. And the reason I really wanted to include this is because it works. You know, I am somebody who will not waste anything. I think you know that about me by now. Once I realized that this didn't work for my face, I started to use it on my back because, you know, interestingly, my back has a lot of the same concerns that my face does, but the skin is very different there. So I'm very prone to clogged pores and to some occasional pimples on my back. And anytime I get anything inflamed on my back like that, I will get a dark mark. So this actually works really nicely because it really clears away all the excessive dead skin cells. So in that sense, it actually helps prevent the formation of clogged pores. It can't get in there deep and solve the ones that I already have, but it can actually help prevent new ones from forming. And it so works amazingly on the dark marks. This really helped clear up my back and smooth out the texture pretty quickly. And that is why I was like, as much as I don't want to put this on my face, I do want to put this on my back. So I definitely wanted to offer this as an option for those of you who have that same, you know, kind of issue. You know, you do have dark marks. You want an exfoliant that can really help brighten up your skin, help to clear away those dead skin cells so they don't end up getting trapped inside of your pores. AHAs are really good for that. This formulation, mandelic acid in particular, very, very gentle on the skin. Purito ABP Triple Synergy Liquid. The name stands for the 3 different acids that they are using in the product. The A stands for AHA, and they have chosen mandelic acid, which we just talked about in the Wishtrend product. The B stands for BHA. They're using betaine salicylate, which is a BHA very similar to salicylic acid, another salicylic acid cousin. And the P is PHA. And remember, PHA is like an AHA, but it's a lot more gentle on the skin. So this has like a toner type of texture, but it's not super duper hydrating. It absorbs in the skin really nicely, and it doesn't have any like weird finish to it. So it's gonna layer up with other products really nicely. Now, while there's no fragrances in any of these products, and this one included, there's a strange scent. It's really, really light, but it is kind of like a weird, sort of odd scent. Not nasty, It's not that bad, but I just thought I'd mention it because it's just a little bit like, that's kind of an odd smell. Now, the benefits I noticed with this one, personally speaking, were more on the brightening side. This is something that is really going to work really well to help brighten up hyperpigmentation, an uneven or dull complexion. This works really well in that sense. And I think it's because it is using kind of two forms of like AHA. It's got the PHA and then the mandelic acid, so it's a little bit stronger on the brightening and complexion benefits. Although I do think this is good, especially if you have like more whiteheads, you know, not full on like clogged pore like mania, but more like a light texture on the skin, little bumpies. This is actually going to be really good for like that type of texture on the skin rather than full on deep clogged pores. So that's really who I'm going to recommend it for. You know, if you're struggling with a dull complexion, uneven complexion, if you get more like whiteheads and more like closer to the surface texture on your skin, this is going to be really effective for you. Next up is the CosRX BHA Blackhead Power Liquid. This is an old school favorite of mine, and guys, this is the product in this video for clogged pores and acne. So this uses 4% of betaine salicylate, which is a BHA, and this is, like I said before, it's really similar to salicylic acid, so it does exfoliate inside of the pore, but it's a lot more gentle. Now, 4% of betaine salicylate is actually probably the highest percentage of exfoliant that we have in any product in this video. This has also been formulated with a touch of panthenol, and it also contains niacinamide. This is not a toner texture. It's not a replacement for like a serum or an essence or a toner. This is called a BHA liquid, and that is really a very descriptive name for the texture because it is. It's just a pure liquid type of texture that absorbs really quickly into the skin with no weird stickiness or tackiness or anything like that. This is just getting BHA into your skin in a liquid form. This is like a targeted treatment type of product. And man, does this work. As I said, this is an old school favorite. Me and this product go many 4, 5, 6 years back. Like, we go really far back. This is the product that I was using when my skin was so congested, when it was so clogged. I really struggled with that for a very long time. And this is a product that showed me results. This was so freaking reliable. Now, this is probably not a product that I would use every single day. I wouldn't recommend using exfoliants every single day, especially with sensitive skin. But this is gentle enough that you can use it a couple times a week and get really good benefits without irritation. This is really the one that I'm recommending for clogged pores, for congestion, deep inside of the pore congestion. This actually works really nicely if you do get a lot of junk in your trunk. Junk in your pores, right? If you get a lot of blackheads, if you get a lot of buildup inside of the pores, especially around the nose area, and sometimes the chin can be the real culprits, this is the one that you want to go for. It's really effective, but it's still very gentle on the skin. Rovectin, their LHA Blemish Ampoule. Now, I have to put the warning out here. All of these products are fragrance-free. They're all essential oil-free. They're all alcohol-free, except this Rovectin spot treatment does contain a little bit of alcohol at the bottom of the list. So this uses LHA, which is that like gentler form of BHA, and this makes it a really good and effective spot treatment because this gets inside of the pore and really helps to exfoliate deeper inside of the skin while still being very gentle. This has like a thicker gel type of texture, and I think that's actually really ideal for this product. It can be used two ways. It is called an ampoule. You can put this all over your face like an exfoliating serum, or you can use this as a targeted spot treatment. And that's really how I'm reviewing this product because that's the only way that I use this product is as a spot treatment. And because it's that thicker gel texture that doesn't have like runniness to it, it makes it really easy to get into that one little area. Say I had a pimple here, right? Just this one little area without it without you really knowing, like spread outside of your skin. This is really important for sensitive skin because if you're gonna use a spot treatment like this, you definitely don't want it traveling to a larger area and potentially causing irritation. Putting chemical exfoliation where you don't need it sometimes isn't great for super sensitive skin. So I love the texture of this because it stays exactly where you put it. My skin, pretty much hates alcohol. I really don't respond well to alcohol in products, and luckily I can tell you I've not had irritation from this. I have not had that dried out feeling from the alcohol in this. I think it's low enough on the list that it's just helping this product penetrate into the skin without drying it out. And by the way, this ain't your mama's spot treatment. This is not drying your pimple out. It is not like sucking the living daylights out of your pimple. It's just relieving the inflammation, getting inside of the pore, helping to exfoliate it, either bringing that pimple up to a head or just calming and flattening the inflammation down so the pimple just reabsorbs back into your skin. So it's not drying out the area. It's not leaving you flaky or anything like that. It's kind on the skin, but it is not kind to your pimple. It makes that pimple come, usually for me, it makes the pimple come up to a head so stinking quickly, like sometimes within a matter of like half a day, like hours, sometimes a day. But like there was an occasion where I put this on in the morning, and by like 4 p.m. my pimple was up to a head. It was insane. This works so fast. It's incredibly potent. It works. What more can I say? And finally, I want to talk about an exfoliating moisturizer. This is from by Wishtrend, their Acid Duo Hibiscus 63 cream. And this is just like the cleanser that we talked about at the beginning of the video. It's using both LHA and PHA, which are gentler versions of AHA and BHA. So this is another product that is combining the benefits of both. Now, this is a gel type of moisturizer, and it really, I think that this has really been formulated with oily skin types in mind, because it's a very light humectant type of cream with just a whisper of occlusivity, aka super good for oily skin, super bad for my combination closer to the dry side skin. So it's not the most ideal final layer for me personally, but because it's so light, it's so humectant on the skin, I have no problem putting another moisturizer on top of this, and it doesn't make my skin feel thick or heavy or weird or anything. So it can just be used as a treatment cream, or for those skin types that it's going to agree with as a final layer, it will be great as a moisturizer. Now, the reason that I rave about this product so much is not just because it agrees with my skin, which is, you know, can be a surprising thing because my skin is super picky when it comes to exfoliation. It's not just that it agrees with my skin and that it's gentle, it's that it's like very effective and very much a 2-in-1. And what I mean by that is the 2 different acids that they're using are so stinking effective and give me exactly the benefits that I'm looking for in one product, because it's using LHA. Remember, that's like BHA. So this is getting inside of my pores. It's helping to prevent the clogged pores, treating the ones that I already have, maybe some pimples or inflamed acne that I might have at the time. This is really good for keeping your skin calm and clear and smooth. But it also has the PHA, which is acting at the top of my skin to really brighten up the complexion, to help treat some of the hyperpigmentation that I get left over from the inflamed acne. This is really another great product I'm going to recommend for those with acne, pimples, clogged pores, inside of the pore kind of problems, but when you also need the brightness, maybe you have some dull skin, maybe you do get a lot of hyperpigmentation, this is a really nice 2-in-1 product. So I hope you guys love the video. You know, chemical exfoliation, especially with sensitive skin, is super duper individual, but hopefully this gave you some ideas, some options to get you on the right track. And I'm curious to know, what kind of exfoliation are you using in your routine right now? Let me know in the comment box below. If the video was super helpful to you but you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. No, please consider subscribing to my channel. I make 2 videos every single week, some just like this one, focusing mostly in on Korean skincare. And don't forget to turn on notifications, because you never want to miss out when I drop the new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I can't wait to see you in the next video. And as always, I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.